Good day, class. My name is Mr. Nelson Tapales, and we are here now on week number 3 of Empowerment Technologies. Our objectives for this week, the first one is create original or derivative content while carefully citing sources using advanced MS Word tools in Citation. The second one is proofread existing content using advanced MS Word tools. The third one is send customized letters to a large group of people using mail merge feature of MS Word. Okay, so darating yung time sa pag-aaral nyo in senior high school or college na gagawa na kayo ng thesis or research na bagay na ginagamit natin talaga bago tayo makagraduate sa isang school. Pero itong mga thesis na to and mga research na to ay hindi katulad ng essay na hindi nangangailangan ng malalim na pananaliksik. Gawa ng pag itong thesis na to and research na to ay kapag sinabit natin sa ating mga teacher ay madaming nakikitang mali, mga proofreading, mga wrong grammar and wrong execution of your method na ibabalik sa ng teacher para i-revise. At makikita mo na 90% or almost 90% ng iyong gawa ay kailangang baguhin. Tapos ay ipapasa mo ulit, tapos ay may ibabalik sa iyo na feedback, tapos ay i-revise ulit. So parang nakakasawa na cycle ng pagre-revise ang nangyayari. The cycle is painstaking, but you need not to do that because there's MS Word to the rescue. Meron tayong MS Word na tinatawag na makakatulong sa atin sa pagre-revise at para magawa natin yung ating mga gawain. In the previous lesson, you have learned how to gather reliable information such as articles and other resources for your project. Yung ating performance task, yung continuous performance task natin at the end of the third quarter. In this lesson, you will learn how to use proper citations for derivative content intended for your project pitch. So ito po yung research po na ginagawa natin simula pa nung first week. You will also learn the purpose of using track changes and other advanced Microsoft Word tools in publishing papers. To make an assessment of Word tools and know which you have been using before, check all that you are aware of in the table below. Microsoft Word is a word processing application developed by the Microsoft Corporation. It lets you create documents for your assignments, term paper or research work letters, and certificates, or just edit any text document. It provides several features that make your work, like copying and pasting text from different sources, inserting objects, laying out content, and editing and proofreading documents much easier. So, sa tulong na rin ng Microsoft Office Word, so napapadali natin yung ating mga paperworks, mga gawain natin in terms of research, mga letter, mga certificate. Kailangan natin ay mag-edit lang, mag-copy from other resources sa iyong gawa, tapos ay maglagay ng mga table, graphical illustration na makakatulong para mas mapaganda or mas mapalinaw yung information na gusto mong iparating sa magiging reader ng iyong document na ginagawa. E napakadami pa nagagawa ng Microsoft Office Word na magagawa natin by using this application. The next section discusses some of the features of MS Word that you can use to make you more productive and assist you in the creation of your project documentation. These features are references, citation and bibliography, review, spelling and grammar. Number 3 is review tracking changes, and the fourth one is the mail merge. The first one we will try is references, citations, and bibliography. In writing a research paper, you will most likely get information from the internet. This gives you easy access to needed ideas and information but puts you at risk of committing plagiarism. To prevent committing that offense, you need to learn how to paraphrase text and add citations. You can do this manually, but if you must regularly update your list or use a different style, you will have to redo everything. The solution is available in the Word. all you have to do is to input the sources of information, and Word will create and update your bibliography or references automatically. Here are the steps in creating your bibliography. The first one is choose your reference style. So here in the reference tab, you will view or you will select a reference style. Different academic disciplines use their own style guides. Better ask your teacher what is the required style guide for your document. For example, the style has APA, Chicago version, or ISO 690, or MLA. And to do this, click the reference tab, then select the desired style in citations and bibliography group. So I will select APA. The second one is add citations and sources. You need to cite the authors in the document for the information you got from them. To do this, click the insert citation, command in the references tab, and select add new sources. And select add new sources. A dialog box will appear. Just enter the requested information just like the author's name, title, and publication details, then click OK. So for example, here are the type of sources which is available. If it is from a website, you can select website. If it is from a book, you will select book. For example, I will enter here Juan de la Cruz, and the title of the book is Filipino 4. Year published 2022. City Candelaria, Quezon, and the publisher, for example, is the TechFactor, which is the publisher of our book used in EMTECH or Empowerment Technologies, and hit OK. Okay, so here is the reference. Now, to insert a bibliography, insert the bibliography. You can easily create a bibliography reference at the end of your document once you encode the list of sources. In step 2, in the references tab, select the bibliography command and select the built-in which is you need. References, bibliography, or works cited. For example, I will choose bibliography or reference rather. And now this will show the references with a format which follows the standard style of APA. This one is what we entered before, De La Cruz 1, and this one is what I entered earlier before this video. Okay, so we have two references for our research. Checking spelling and grammar. In Word, you don't have to worry about checking spelling and grammar. One of the features of Word serves to automatically correct your spelling and grammar to help you produce a more professional document. So, how to run spelling and grammar tool? So, first one, let's enter wrong spelling words. For example is weir. Next is nix. And next is you or you. Okay, so that's the wrong spelling. And let's click the spelling and grammar command from the review tab. Okay, in the review tab, there is a spelling and grammar. The spelling and grammar pane will appear. Word will try to give one or more suggestion for each error in your document. You can select a suggestion and click change to correct the error. For example, let's click the spelling and grammar, and this is the proofing which suggests the correct answer. So you will select here what is the correct spelling or grammar from the word. For example is where, next, and you. After that, Word will move through each error until you have reviewed them all. After reviewing all the errors, a dialog box will appear confirming that the spelling and grammar check is complete. Click OK. If no suggestions are given, you can automatically type or manually type the correct spelling in your document. So, there's an option before. Let's try again. So, here, ignoring errors, the spelling and grammar check is not always correct. There are many grammatical errors Word would not notice. There are also times when the spelling and grammar check will say there's an error in a word or phrase when there's none. Usually this happens when people names and words not in the dictionary. If word identifies is an error, you can choose to ignore here, ignore. Depending on whether it's a spelling or grammatical error. You can choose from several options. For example is ignore. This will skip the word in question without changing it. Next one is the ignore all. This will skip the word in question and all other instances of the word in the document without changing it. And next one is add. This adds the word to the dictionary so it will never come up as an error again on your Word document. So that's the function of ignore once, ignore all, and add to dictionary. Next is the document inspector. Whenever you create or edit a document, certain personal information may be added to the file automatically. You can use the document inspector to remove this type of information before sharing a document. So the first thing to do, let's delete this. And first one is how to use document inspector. First one is click file tab, go to the backstage view. From the info pane, okay, let's click the info. Click check for issues or dito here on inspect document and check for issues, then select inspect document from the drop down menu. Okay, so the document inspector will appear. Okay, click yes. So the document inspector will appear. Click inspect. In our example, we'll leave everything selected. Okay, so let's select everything. Let's run. Okay, so the result will show an exclamation mark for any category found to have potentially sensitive data, and it will also have a remove all button for each of these categories. Click remove all to remove the data. Okay, so remove. When done removing, click close. Okay, let's close. Okay, so that's it. Our document now is inspected and no sensitive information will be included on your document. Okay, the next tool we need to learn is protecting your document. By default, anyone with access to your document will be able to open, copy, and edit its content unless you protect it. Word has several ways to protect a document. It all depends on your needs. So the question is, how to protect your document? The first one is click the File tab to the backstage and go to the backstage view. From the info pane, okay, here in the info pane, click the Protect Document command. And in the drop-down menu, choose the option that best suits your needs. So the options are always protect, always open read-only, Next is encrypt with password. The third one is restrict editing. Fourth one is restrict access. Next is add a digital signature, and the last one is mark as final. Next is a dialog box will appear prompting to save the document. So let's try mark as final. So this is the dialog box will appear prompting you to save, and just click OK. Okay, so let's cancel it. Next we need to learn is about comments. There are times when you want to add a comment to provide feedback instead of changing a document. So for example, I will insert here a paragraph. It's equal to run parenthesis 4, 4. Enter. So we have now a 4 paragraph contains 4 sentences for each paragraph. Okay, let's justify. Now is how to add comment. So the first one is highlight some text or place the insertion point where you want to comment to be displayed. For example, is here video you want to add. Okay, I will select this and go to the review and select new comment. Write your comment. When you are done, close the comment box by pressing escape key or by clicking anywhere upside the comment. Okay, let's type need to be paraphrase. Okay, click anywhere. Next is you may respond to an existing comment by clicking reply. So click here. So we have a reply button here. Okay, to delete a comment naman is select a comment you want to delete in review tab and click delete. So the comment is now deleted. The last thing we need to learn on Microsoft Office Word or advanced tools on Microsoft Office Word is the mail merge. Mail merge is an effective tool which allows you to create multiple letters, labels, envelopes, name tags, and more using information stored in a list, database, or spreadsheet. When doing a mail merge, you must have a Word document and a recipient list, which is usually an workbook Excel. So let's go to the mailing tab. Okay, after the references, so the mailing tab. So open here on start mail merge. So normal Word document. So select recipient. If there's none, so type a new list. If you have one, is use an existing list. For example, is I will use an existing list. For example, is TUA employees. So I already selected, and another option will be available, which is the add address block, greeting line, insert merge field. So first one is let's enter a sample body of letter. Okay, so let's use again the run parenthesis 4, 4, enter. So we have now a body of letter and select recipient. We can edit the recipient. So to view that, we will see that only one entry is available. Okay, so now select recipient. We have now only one entry on our mail merge. So the first one is the part of the letter, which is the heading. So we will add a address block. Insert. Okay. So we have now a placeholder which can hold different information from different person inside our recipient's database or worksheet here. So now is let's insert a greeting line. Example here. So to view that, click the preview button. So there's no here. See our first entry information. Okay, so we have now TUA, Candelaria. So this is only an example. So if we have a lot of data in our recipients, so we can add more here. So it will contain a lot of more people, we can send a letter or message. For example, if we are done, if we have a lot of recipients, so for example here, finish merge, we can print document or we can also send email message. We can select HTML, we can select by email to send it on the email address of the person and click OK.